welcome back. So today we're going to talk about how to take this virtual Bitmoji classroom, which we created in the other video, and how to embed this into an actual platform or website. This is a question I've been getting a lot recently, which is why I wanted to talk about this today. So first of all, thank you so much to my subscribers. I reached 1,000 subscribers. This is such a big deal, especially with regards to the animated Bitmoji Google Classroom banner video, as well as the how to create an interactive Bitmoji classroom video. Loving all of the support I'm receiving from those and a lot of questions and positive feedback. So thank you. So here is the video on how to create this interactive Bitmoji classroom. And I've received a lot of questions about how to put this into Google Classroom. And is there a way, Vanessa here is asking, to put this into the platform without the student needing to go to Google Slides? She is asking if we can put it in into the website itself without a link, so they don't have to actually click onto that link separately. So this was a wonderful question, and I responded to Vanessa saying, congratulations, this is going to be the next video. So that is what we're talking about today. And here we are in my Google Classroom. Here's my animated Bitmoji banner that I talked about in the video. And as you can see, if I go to make an announcement here or to add material, there is not an option here to directly embed an item. You can only have a link here. So I've done that with my virtual Bitmoji classroom. You can see that I posted my virtual Bitmoji classroom earlier last month, and I put it here under announcements. I also placed it over here in classwork just as material so that my students could view it as not as an assignment. But again, we're looking at how can we embed this so it's actually something in a website that the students can click on. And that's what I've done here. You can see it's in my website. If I am to click on any of these items, so my good morning message, it will open up in another section and it will be my welcome video for my students.
Hello, class.
If I click on any of the other items, this is inspirational YouTube video. This takes me to my YouTube channel and so on. Any of these links are going to work. You can see if I hover over the plant, there's not an option to click. I showed you in my video how you can do that so that they can only click on the things that are links and not on all of your objects in the space, which is really wonderful. So let's look at how we can do this. So here I am in my virtual Bitmoji classroom, and I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to click on Publish to the Web. And if I do this, it's going to pop up with either a link option, which we've already established we don't need that because that is what we already did in the virtual Bitmoji classroom, was have that link. You can do that. It will just direct them to this actual page in another browser, and then they'd go from there. That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is embed. So I'm going to click here. You can see it does give you the option to start the slideshow and restart the slideshow, and it moves on to different slides every 3 seconds. Obviously, that does not affect us because we only have one slide here, and we don't want it clicking to anything else or starting a slide. We don't want any of that. All we need to do really is just copy and paste this embed information here. So I've done that, and now I'm going to go to my website. So again, unfortunately, Google does not have this option. Maybe down the line it will. But one of the great things people love about Google Classroom is that it's so simple. It's very easy. It's very straightforward to use. And then that can also be a weakness as well because you cannot customize to the extent that I know some of you would like. So I use Wix for my class. There's many other websites that are a lot more detailed for those of you that would like to have items like this so you can customize more. So in Wix, it gives you this option to click this add button over here, and there's actually an embed element. In other websites, this might look different, but either way, you should be able to embed your code into that website. Again, doesn't work for Google Classroom, unfortunately. That's the problem with the good thing and the bad thing about Google Classroom. So I just click enter code, and I'm just going to copy that information here. It's not a website address, it's a code. You could do a website address. That's also a very cool option there. But that's not what we need. So I've done this, and you can clearly see it's not the appropriate size. So I'm just going to go ahead and play around with this for a moment. So here I am. It was really, really quick. The only thing is make sure you have a cleared spot on your platform, on your page prior to you adding and embedding that code. It just took me a little finagling because I did not clear enough space. You can notice that, again, any of these elements here that I did not put a link on are not clickable, which is wonderful. I showed you how to do that in my last video, how to create the interactive Google Classroom. But all these links are. So if I go to here, right, I click on my Tuck Everlasting, it's going to pop up over here as a link. So it's really nice to have this all in one spot. You don't have to have them redirected to your Google Slides, which is wonderful. One last thing is there is another amazing thing about adding this directly into a platform or a website is that another question I had from some teachers is that they just wanted the video, the Good Morning Class video, to be displayed on the whiteboard without having to click on that link and have it redirect them to that video. So if I click on add here in Wix, and again, you can do this in any or at least most websites, you just click video upload. There's usually a video upload element, and I'm going to click change video, and I'm going to change this to one that is on my computer, and that is the one that is usually the one that they click on that whiteboard. And here's the video that I want to have.
Hello, class.
I'm going to click add to page. And there it is, my beautiful video. Okay, so now, obviously, I might want to change this around or alter this. One awesome part about this video setting is that you can set it to autoplay. So I could set that, which means it will autoplay. It will autoplay on mute, so they have to click the sound on. It could play on a loop if we wanted it to, which I do not because I don't want to hear my voice so much. But that's a wonderful element of this as well. So it's not perfect, but I'm just going to save it and preview it so you can see.
You need to log into Edgenuity and complete 40.
So there you go. So you can see it automatically started playing. It was on mute, so my students weren't going to be annoyed if they didn't want to listen to it. They can also read the information, which is helpful as well.
Edgenuity.
But then it's very, very easy there with helpful information. So I know some of you asked about that, about having that there without having to click on that link. So the students were kind of forced to watch it immediately, maybe with your morning announcement. So very helpful element. Again, they can click on these links as well. Another option, which is really neat, is that you can make one of these virtual Bitmoji classrooms and have several slides here. So this is another element I've seen. I'm still kind of playing around with it. I'm not really happy. I'm not finished with what I have here, but you can see that this is my computer that's over here on the right of my original image. And then I'm going to zoom in on the second slide. If they click on this, they'll go to focus, study music, and then here's a lot of websites that they should be using while they're at home right now. I can zoom in on my bookshelf and maybe add more books there. Again, I'm kind of working on that still. I added a locker element. Maybe I could add, different kind of school elements. Maybe I could put a slide that is the playground and have some fun activities for exercise and fitness that they could be doing at home. Maybe a picture of the gym or a picture of an art room with some art assignments. It's really limitless what you could do here, and it could just be more than one slide instead of this one that's just one. So let's see what this will look like in our virtual space. So if I go to publish to the web, it's going to ask me if I go to embed, do I want to publish? Are you sure you want to publish? Yes. And then it's going to offer me, again, this code. Now, the difference is, again, do I want this slide to automatically play? So start slide as soon as the player loads. Do I want to restart the slideshow after the last slide? This might be interesting if you want on your website this to be something that's moving, or if you want the students to be able to move it, because they might not see this element down here where they can go from slide to slide. So that's an option. If you want it to roll through the different pages, maybe you wouldn't want it to be every 3 seconds though. That's a lot, maybe every minute. So I'm going to start slideshow as soon as the player loads, and I'm going to restart and copy. So now I'm going back to my editor, and the cool thing about this is once you have one element here, you don't need to delete the whole thing and then go back to add and then re-add. No, you just click on the item, and I'm going to click edit code, and I'm just going to change the code here. So I'm just going to delete, add, update. And it's already the same size. It's there. Notice it looks exactly the same because my first slide for both of these is the same. It's just the second slide and so on that's different. So if I go here and I'm going to preview, now let's see what happens when we preview this. It should flip over after a minute. Let's see if it does that. However, I could also, so look here, it will let me select to automatically go to whichever slide I would like it to. I could also click pause. It doesn't need to automatically go to that next slide. I could do full screen. So if I wanted this to be my full image on my screen, I can make that happen by clicking right there. So there's some different options here. So let's see if this is going to automatically move over after 1 minute. Okay, so now it did switch over, and in retrospect, 1 minute is a very long time when you're sitting and waiting for it. So I might in the future want to make that 30 seconds, but it did work. It did automatically go to my next slide. I can click on all these elements that I've included here, and if my student decides, oh, you know what, I want to move on, they don't need to sit and wait. They can just click through any of these. And it will let them, which is really, really fun and interactive and all in one spot, which is very helpful. Again, they don't have to see all of this in Google Slides. It's kind of embedded for you into your website. Google Classroom at the moment does not have this capability. Again, it's the great thing about Google Classroom that it's very simplistic, it's very straightforward, it's very easy to use, but it does not have all these editing capabilities as Wix and other websites do. So that's my 2 cents, and I hope that this was helpful for you to see how you can do this. I hope this is another thing that will spark your creativity. Thank you again for all of the wonderful feedback I've got. I'm at about 53,000 views on this video, and it's not even been a month yet. Again, I've reached my 1,000 subscribers, so thank you so much for the support. I am so appreciative. And as always, please have a wonderful day. Please like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.